The Iraqi Dinar Today latest news starts now with a deep look into the structural changes currently unfolding within the financial landscape of Iraq. For those who have closely monitored the trajectory of the Iraqi dinar, the recent discourse surrounding economic reforms has reached a pivotal point. We are observing a significant shift in how the central authorities are approaching the stability and future utility of the national currency. These developments are not merely superficial adjustments but represent a foundational restructuring designed to modernize the way the nation handles its fiscal responsibilities and banking operations. By examining the insights provided by seasoned observers and the official actions of the government, we can begin to piece together a clearer picture of the path ahead for the dinar and what these systematic improvements truly signify for the broader economy. The current atmosphere in Iraq is one of deliberate transformation, moving away from the speculative uncertainty of previous years toward a more structured and transparent framework. For a long time, individuals holding the currency have looked for tangible signs of progress, often navigating a sea of rumors and unverified claims. However, the present focus has shifted toward institutional reforms that aim to strengthen the banking sector and enhance the international standing of the currency. The government's recent moves are viewed by many as a serious attempt to align the domestic financial system with global standards. This transition is crucial because it moves the conversation from simple anticipation to an analysis of real-world policy implementation and its long-term effects on the dinar's stability and potential growth. One of the primary pillars of these reforms is the enhancement of transparency across all financial operations. The Iraqi government is reportedly prioritizing accountability, ensuring that the management of cash flow and currency reserves is handled with greater oversight than ever before. For those interested in the currency, this emphasis on clarity is a vital development because it helps mitigate the risks associated with sudden economic shocks or administrative irregularities. A transparent system creates a more predictable environment, which is essential for any currency seeking to gain or maintain value in the eyes of both domestic users and international observers. This move toward openness suggests a commitment to building a financial infrastructure that can withstand internal and external pressures. Beyond transparency, there is an aggressive push to modernize the entire banking infrastructure within the country. This modernization effort involves more than just upgrading software or digital interfaces. It encompasses a comprehensive retraining of personnel and a radical improvement in security protocols. Banks are being prepared to handle more complex currency management tasks, which includes the ability to process potential adjustments in exchange rates efficiently. By equipping these institutions with the necessary tools and expertise, the government is ensuring that the financial system can support a more robust economy. This preparation is a prerequisite for any significant changes to the currency, as the banking sector serves as the primary gateway for all major fiscal transitions. The groundwork being laid today is described by many analysts as a necessary step toward a more resilient national currency. While changes of this magnitude rarely happen overnight, the consistency with which these reforms are being applied offers a new level of reassurance. The focus remains on stability and preparation, ensuring that any future adjustments to the dinar's value are supported by a healthy economic base. Experts in the field often highlight that without these structural improvements, any shift in the currency's status would be difficult to sustain. Therefore, the current phase of reform is less about quick fixes and more about creating a sustainable environment where the dinar can thrive as a legitimate and stable medium of exchange. A critical component of the ongoing reform strategy involves the establishment of secure and official channels for currency operations. The authorities are reportedly working on structured systems to manage how the currency is handled by the public, ensuring that there are reliable avenues for any future transitions. This is particularly important for maintaining public trust and protecting individuals from unofficial schemes or misinformation. By providing clear, government-approved pathways for financial transactions, Iraq is signaling its intent to manage its currency in a professional and orderly manner. This focus on security and reliability is a cornerstone of the reform process, intended to ensure that the public can participate in the financial system with confidence. Economic stability remains at the heart of the government's broader objectives. The reforms are not limited to the currency itself but extend to the overall health of the Iraqi economy, including the management of inflation and liquidity. A currency's value is often a reflection of the nation's economic strength, and by addressing these fundamental issues, the government is indirectly supporting the future of the dinar. When a banking system is capable of supporting growth and managing domestic wealth effectively, the national currency naturally becomes a more attractive and stable asset. This holistic approach suggests that the authorities are looking at the big picture, recognizing that currency reform and economic prosperity must go hand in hand. For individuals currently holding the Iraqi dinar, the prevailing message is one of necessary patience. The implementation of deep-seated financial reforms is a complex process that requires time to yield visible results. Rushing into decisions or acting on unverified information can lead to unnecessary risks, especially when the official framework is still being finalized. Staying informed through legitimate sources and official government updates is the most responsible way to navigate this period of change. The current phase is characterized by preparation and planning, and those who remain patient and informed are better positioned to understand the true nature of the progress being made within the country's borders. The question of timing is always at the forefront of the discussion, yet it remains one of the most guarded aspects of the reform process. While there is no specific publicly announced date for certain currency adjustments, the focus remains on the visible progress of the plans being put into action. The government is carefully laying the foundation, ensuring that all systems are fully operational and that the banking sector is ready for any potential shifts. This methodical approach is intended to avoid the pitfalls of a rushed implementation, which could cause volatility. Instead, the aim is to create a controlled environment where the transition is seamless and the long-term outlook remains positive for the nation's fiscal health. The emphasis on careful implementation is a recurring theme in recent analysis of Iraq's financial direction. Analysts suggest that the government is not interested in short-term displays of progress but is instead focused on long-term sustainability. This means that while immediate changes might not be reflected in the daily exchange rate, the internal work being done is substantial. By building a stable system first, the authorities are ensuring that when changes do occur, they will be backed by a strong and modernized financial sector. This strategy is designed to protect the economy from the boom and bust cycles that often plague developing markets, providing a more secure future for the dinar. Transparency also plays a vital role in how the government communicates its progress to the global community and its own citizens. The goal is to move away from the era of closed-door decisions and toward a system where the public is kept informed of major milestones. Clear communication helps to manage expectations and reduces the spread of rumors that can often lead to market instability. When the government provides a clear roadmap for its reforms, it allows participants in the economy to plan with greater certainty. This transparency is seen as a sign of institutional maturity, indicating that Iraq is ready to take a more prominent role in the international financial arena. Global factors are another essential consideration in the dinar's journey. Iraq's economy is closely tied to international markets, particularly in terms of energy exports and regional stability. The ongoing reforms are designed with these external realities in mind, ensuring that the domestic financial system can interact effectively with the rest of the world. By monitoring global economic trends, the Iraqi government can better time its internal adjustments to ensure they are sustainable and resilient. For those watching the currency, understanding that the dinar does not exist in a vacuum is key to grasping why the reform process is so meticulously paced and aligned with broader economic conditions. The preparation of financial institutions is perhaps the most practical sign of imminent change. Banks are currently being equipped with the resources and training necessary to handle a higher volume of transactions and more sophisticated currency operations. In previous years, a lack of institutional readiness was a major hurdle to economic progress. Now, the groundwork is being laid to ensure that every bank in the country can operate within the new, modernized framework. This includes ensuring that security measures are robust enough to prevent fraud and that the staff is capable of guiding the public through new procedures as they are introduced. Strategic planning is what distinguishes the current efforts from previous attempts at reform. Rather than simply reacting to immediate crises, the government is engaging in forward-looking policy creation. The aim is to build a financial system that will serve the nation for decades, not just months. This involves a deep dive into how the currency functions within the domestic market and how it can be better utilized to promote investment and trade. For anyone interested in the long-term prospects of the dinar, this shift towards strategic, high-level planning is one of the most encouraging signs to emerge from the current administration. Addressing the concerns of the public is also a major part of the official narrative. There is a concerted effort to warn individuals against unofficial exchange schemes and to emphasize the importance of using only government-approved channels. Security is a top priority, and the authorities are keen to ensure that the transition to a more modern economy is not marred by scams or financial crimes. By repeatedly highlighting the need for caution and adherence to official rules, the government is protecting the interests of the public and maintaining the integrity of the reform process as a whole. The potential for increased international confidence is one of the most significant anticipated outcomes of these reforms. A stable, transparent, and well-regulated financial system is naturally more attractive to foreign investors and international partners. As Iraq continues to modernize its banking sector and stabilize its currency management, it becomes a more viable participant in global trade. This increase in confidence can have a cascading effect, leading to more investment in the country's infrastructure and diversifying the economy beyond its traditional sectors. For the dinar, this broader economic strength is a powerful supporting factor for its future value and utility. Right now, the most constructive action for anyone following these developments is to stay grounded in the facts. Following updates from official sources and recognized experts helps to filter out the noise of speculation. It is a time for preparation, understanding how the official channels work and ensuring that one's own financial affairs are in order. The overall outlook provided by the current reform trajectory is one of cautious optimism. The steps being taken are real. The planning is comprehensive, and the commitment to a stronger financial future for Iraq is evident in the actions of its leaders and the modernization of its institutions. The focus on financial security ensures that the people who have remained loyal to the currency are protected during this transition. By prioritizing safe transaction methods and secure banking, the government is demonstrating that it values the stability of its citizens' assets. This focus on security is not just a technical requirement but a social one, as it fosters trust between the people and the state. As the reform process continues, this trust will be essential for the smooth implementation of new policies and for the general acceptance of a modernized currency system. Communication will continue to be the bridge between policy and the public. When the government issues clear, concise announcements, it empowers individuals to make informed decisions and reduces the potential for panic or confusion. The evolution of communication strategies in Iraq shows a growing awareness of the need for public engagement in the economic process. As we look toward the future, the frequency and clarity of these updates will serve as a barometer for the progress of the reforms and the readiness of the system for its next phase of development. In summary, the reforms currently underway in Iraq are a testament to a long-term vision for economic sovereignty and stability. From the modernization of banks to the enhancement of transparency and security, every step is designed to create a more resilient Iraqi dinar. While the journey requires patience and a careful adherence to official guidance, the structural changes provide a solid foundation for what lies ahead. The Iraqi Dinar Today latest news will continue to monitor these developments closely, providing factual and neutral updates as the nation moves toward a new chapter in its financial history. Would you like me to research the latest official statements from the Central Bank of Iraq regarding these banking reforms?